For all the best boxing content, don't forget to like, subscribe, and punch that bell for notifications.
JAIDON CODRINGTON coming in at 11-1. Carl Daniels, guy who's been in the game for a long time. 6 rounds in the super middleweight division. Daniels is going for an elusive milestone. Will he be able to get it against Codrington? Codrington is a former Golden Gloves champion. And he's 22 years old, 13 years younger than Daniels. He's got the height and he's got the reach. He's also got the youth. So 3 good factors in favor of Codrington. Codrington and Daniels going 6 rounds in the super middleweight division. Let's pick it up in round 1. We start round 1 of a scheduled 6-round super middleweight contest between JAIDON CODRINGTON and Carl Daniels. Codrington, the Don, came out to Godfather music. It's the first time I've ever heard that. Guy coming in here, and with his record of 11-1 with 10 knockouts, he might be able to fulfill the destiny of the Don. His one loss, however, he was stopped. Carl Daniels, his opponent, a crafty veteran, is 49, 9-1, 31 knockouts. Has been around, fought a lot of guys through the years. And for Carl Daniels, as he seeks an elusive 50th victory, which is a rarity in boxing, he only has to go 6 rounds. So this is a litmus test for Codrington. He'll be trying to throw the right hand lead, try the double left hook. See what happens against the southpaw. Codrington coming up short with a couple of left hands. Daniels blocking everything. Codrington trying to fire through there. Have to get inside, slip something, and then try to work. Opening 2 minutes of the bout. I'm Dave Bontempo at ringside. And Daniels starting to work on the body. Circling, trying to show some elusiveness. Couple shots by Codrington just bounce off. Daniels is more comfortable with his positioning thus far. Codrington is trying to find a spot where he can get close enough to land and not get hit with a counter. Codrington whistling the right hand over the top.
Bring it up, baby. Bring it up. You okay? You okay?
He is warned for a low blow.
All right, let's go.
Daniels says he's okay. Let's see
Punch out.
if Daniels either wants to go for a reprisal or whether he'll get a little bit heavy after being hit. Good right hand by Codrington sneaking through. He gets warmed up at the end of the round. And a good round for Daniels.
You're doing good.
Sharp jab, Jack. Sharp jab. Look at him. Come on, right hand, left foot, go right to the body.
Oh, yeah. Put the other one. Okay. The right hand. Every time you flip his right hand, you go hand, hit me. Give him some more water. No water.
Here's the action from that last round, and Codrington was low and warned for it. Second round action underway. JAIDON Codrington, the Don, 11-1, 10 knockouts from Bridgeport, Connecticut. He's at the turquoise, gold in there. Carl Daniels, 49-9-1, 31 knockouts. Good left hand by Daniels who gets in. For Daniels, who is seeking a milestone victory. Could be big for a winnable fight for him. Codrington, a strong puncher, has been stopped. Codrington also a 2000 Golden Gloves champion in New York. So he has a wealth of amateur experience and a good outside boxing style. But Daniels, the veteran, try to summon back some old form, and in a short fight, could be in a position to steal it if he hustles. Codrington just tapping Daniels now, but scoring with the jab. It's helping establish some range, getting him inside. Codrington puts a couple together. Starting to open up a little bit more. Codrington firing two inside. Daniels starting to tie up. Daniels, it's early in the fight to be doing that. Doing that is indicating he's tired or that Codrington
Stop.
is a good puncher. There's the holding and hitting warning for Codrington by the referee, Eddie Claudio. Codrington starting to heat up. Working outside, getting a couple. Takes a body shot every once in a while, but his volume is picking up. Codrington got a lot of momentum at the end of round one, even though that was overall a good round for Carl Daniels. And here in round two, Codrington has carried it over and made a good round for himself. So the second round good for Codrington.
Attention fight fans, be sure to save your ticket stubs from tonight's fight to receive a 10% discount during the month of August on all your middle-class boxing equipment at Paragon Sports, New York City's premier sporting goods store.
You can't hit you with the right hand. Even when you jab off the jab, the left hand part is right there, Carl. Right there. Even when you jab, you slipping his jab. Man, come to the body, come right to the top of the head.
Don't reach. You reach it sometimes. Don't reach for him. He's not there. He's not there. You understand? You win in the fight. He's not there. He's not there. Take your time. Close the gap. Now start working him down up. Start chopping him down. Let's go. Seconds out. What do you say now?
Here. All right, box.
Good advice given to both fighters between rounds 2 and 3, and here we are in the third round of the scheduled 6. JAIDON Codrington, 11-1 with 10 knockouts from Bridgeport, Connecticut. 2004 Golden Gloves champion. Was told, you're reaching for Carl Daniels. Don't do that. He's not there, he's not there. They don't want it to lunge and then be exposed to a counter shot. And Daniels, in the white trunks, told, get that jab going. And Daniels looked tired between rounds. So the pace has been more telling on him early on. Daniels 49-9-1, 31 knockouts from St. Louis, Missouri. I'm Dave Bontempo at ringside. And this is a fight to determine the talent level of Codrington. His handlers will get a chance to see if they're able to step him up. Codrington jabbing, circling to his left, and goes low again.
That's the second time around. You gotta keep
Warned
it
the
up,
second
okay?
time, and that's just a matter of not being in position. He launched the punch from an off angle. Carl Daniels will get some time if he wants it. When you're not in position to fire that punch, and then you do it anyway, it strays off the mark. So with Codrington leaning to the side, then deciding at the moment, hey, let me throw that right hand, it wasn't well thought out, and it came up low. So we got a second warning, and in a 6-round fight, you do not want to lose a point.
Let go, stop. Don't hold him and hit him.
That is really a crucial determination in a short fight. Daniels trying to swarm, Codrington trying to move. As Daniels tries to cut off the ring, he eats 3 jabs and then fires back with 2. And Daniels' jabs were better. Will that embolden him? Now Daniels fires a good straight left hand through, and that brings Codrington's fire up.
Watch yourself.
So Daniels raising the stakes in this. And Codrington answering when he had to.
10 seconds, fellas.
So we're coming up on halfway through
Come on, let's go.
this scheduled 6-round.
Let's do something. Time.
Now you're sitting down, right? Settle down, stop bouncing around. Because what you're doing, you're keeping yourself too high. He gonna throw a wild punch, catch you, you're gonna be off balance, okay? Don't do that. Settle down, walk him, man. Keep walking him now. Every time you jab, walk. Don't lay there. You're using more energy by running around the ring right now. You understand what I'm saying? He gonna be there to hit. Just keep touching him. All right? Keep winning the fight, that's all. When you see the opportunity, then you go in there and you take it, okay?
Stop breaking him down now. Let's go, baby. Stop breaking him down now. Let's go. Don't.
Codrington has been warned twice about low blows. That's the second one. See, he was out of position, then fired a shot. And this is something what happens when righties and lefties get together. They step on each other, and they get tangled up there. Let's see if it happens again. We start round 4, scheduled for 6, JAIDON CODRINGTON and Carl Daniels. Hooked up here, Codrington is 11-1 with 10 knockouts, and Daniels 49, 9-1, 31 KOs. Got a classic matchup of the righty versus the lefty, and the younger gun versus a guy that's been in there for a long time. Codrington wants to fire the right hand lead, the double left hook, and keep his lead foot outside the lead foot of Daniels, trying to get him going in a small circle. But because positioning is so vital between right-handers and southpaws, their feet often get tangled up, and it has happened already in this one. Daniels trying to pursue, stalking. Good right hook by Daniels. Greeting Codrington on the way in. That's something that Daniels has not taken advantage of enough. Daniels has had some isolated moments here, but it's been Codrington who's putting punches together. Codrington jabbing on the outside. Daniels trying to bob and weave, get down, make himself a smaller target so he can work that body. Daniels up now. Daniels fighting off the ropes. Codrington gets in a couple. Daniels with some small shots. Daniels trying to work up the middle now. Codrington lands 2 good body shots. Some of his better efforts in this fight. Good right hand by Codrington. Able to back Daniels straight up. Daniels saying, bring it. Codrington saying, okay. And then he brought it low, but no call. And Daniels stopped, expecting a call, another one low. But Daniels did not defend himself all the time. You have to do that. You cannot wait for the referee to make the call. So Codrington wins the battle in round 4.
Ladies and gentlemen, be sure to catch the next edition of DiBella Entertainment's Broadway Boxing, presented by StubHub on Wednesday, September 20th, downstairs in the Hammerstein Ballroom at Manhattan Center. Don't miss this special edition of Broadway Boxing featuring Dimitri, star of David Selena, Spanish Harlem's rising star Edgar Chamaco Santana, and knockout artist Peter Kid Chocolate and more.
He trying to
This show is so big that 2 separate television
throw them right
broadcasts
hand.
will be recorded on the night of the
He caught you with the
20th.
right hand.
All
Came
information
out.
to purchase tickets
Hands
called
down.
DiBella Entertainment.
Codrington working the body well on Daniels, and this was
And now
maybe his
put your
best
hands
power
together as
output
we
of the
go into
fight.
this.
Started to work the body real well. Took advantage of Daniels at the end of the round.
All right, let's go, baby. Let's work.
We go into round 5, scheduled for 6. JAIDON Codrington and Carl Daniels hooked up in an interesting super middleweight bout.
Stop.
Here in New York, I'm Dave Bontempo at ringside.
Hey, Gary.
Referee Eddie Claudio. Make an adjustment here, saying that Codrington is too wet. He said, are you taking a bath? They splashed too much on him.
Let's go.
So after drying off, he returns to action. Codrington calls himself the Don. Entered with some very interesting Godfather music. He'll need a power-packed knockout record to justify that nickname. So far, 11-1, 10 knockouts. He's been able to live up to it. And if he could knock out a seasoned veteran like Carl Daniels, that would enhance that mystique. Looping right hand by Codrington gets in. Daniels backs up. Daniels has been too willing to fight along the ropes in this contest. It has robbed him of a number of offensive opportunities. Daniels is 49-9-1 with 31 knockouts, and would love to get a 50th win, because few boxers can say that. But the tide of this one is going against him. Codrington fires a couple looping shots up the middle. And while Codrington has done nothing stunning so far, he's been busier than Daniels. And he's able to break him down a little bit. Right hand gets through by Codrington. Codrington works the body. Daniels could use a little more urgency in his attack now. He's comfortable with the pace of the fight, but he's running, and there's a third low blow by Codrington. The referee did not see that. He was fortunate, because had Eddie Claudio seen that, that might have been a point deduction. Codrington has been warned twice previously about low blows. Daniels cornered again.
Watch your head. All right, back. Let me
So
go, let me go, let me go.
Codrington continues to pour it on.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
He's been the best fighter in this contest for the last 4 rounds. He puts on a little bit of a flourish to end round 5.
Keep breaking him down. Keep walking him down, all right? Stop throwing unnecessary punches. You're hitting him in the arm. When he open up, try to crack him, man. Look at what you're doing. You know what I'm saying? And don't keep your hands here. Walk with your head behind your defense, okay?
This is the last round.
Yeah.
6th round.
6th round, baby.
Move.
Okay.
Don't even let him hit. Just let
Okay.
this motherfucker move your head. Keep your head moving.
Okay.
Keep the jab on. Just move. Don't even take no chances.
Okay.
Get through this.
Now, ladies and gentlemen,
You like you ain't got kind of weak. You look like you ain't got a lot left.
the
Last round. Finish it.
final
Let's go.
round.
You hear me? Don't get careless, though. You understand me?
Looking good.
Last round, baby. Let's go.
Yeah, say that.
Okay,
Play
dog.
with him. Play with him now, man.
Okay, dog.
Okay,
baby.
Only you get this motherfucker, you knock him out, bro. Play with him.
Touch up in the middle of the ring. Let's keep it clean. Let's clean around. Hold up, stay right here. Hold up, don't go nowhere. All right, let's go.
We start the final round between JAIDON CODRINGTON and Carl Daniels. The super middleweight contest. Get that nice overhead view from inside the theater at Madison Square Garden in New York. I'm Dave Bontempo at ringside. Codrington, 11-1, 10 knockouts from Bridgeport, Connecticut. Is also a 2004 Golden Gloves champion and has shown some good boxing skills in this contest. He's been patient. He's launched his attack outside. And he's been able to outwork the veteran Carl Daniels, who is 49-9-1 with 31 knockouts. But for Daniels, number 50 gets more elusive by the minute. Daniels had a good opening round and looked to have notions of stealing this from Codrington, but Codrington has worked the body effectively in the contest. Even though it has cost him a couple warnings for hitting low, he has stayed on target and worked the body enough to slow Daniels down and take away a lot of Daniels' attack.
Try to break it up, right? Come on.
I'm gonna put mine in the can. Thank you.
Daniels looked tired after round 2 and faded through the middle rounds of the fight. He might have a little bit left on adrenaline here to make a push. Codrington again working low and shielding the referee. He is fortunate that no points have been deducted in this contest. Now the feet get tangled again. I talked about that earlier, and it has cropped up again. Righties and lefties getting together, looking for positioning. And when they leap into position a little bit, the feet get caught. Fortunately, no injuries. You always worry about that when you have the tangling up. You worry about the ankles locking, turning, and some type of an injury.
Don't argue with me. Don't hold him by the neck, okay? Okay, sir. And you stop the holding too, all right? Let's go. Box.
Eddie Claudio cautioning both fighters. Codrington trying to argue his case and told not to do that in the future.
10 seconds, 10 seconds.
So JAIDON the Don Codrington looks like he'll have to settle for aggravated assault, but a victory could be in the cards for him. Codrington was more active from 2 through 6. And Daniels' flash in the pan optimism in round 1 stopped there. Well, when righties and lefties come together, again, here you go, leaping for position, the feet come together. It happens with the head a lot too. Fortunately, we didn't get any headbutts. You see, they're looking for positioning, and Codrington gets hooked around the feet of Daniels. He was trying to move to the outside to fire a shot, and Daniels cut him off with his leg. Fortunately, he landed square and no injuries. So Codrington boxed well enough, and his body work was effective. Probably the single most defining element of the fight. And let's see if he got his victory.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the judges' scorecards. All 3 judges have it the same, 60-54 for the winner by way of unanimous decision, JAIDON "The Don" Codrington.
So it's a shutout for JAIDON Codrington. He improves to 12-1 with 10 knockouts.